Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I welcome you once again to Nation Post, and today we continue with our programs of gathering information, gathering opinions from different South Sudanese youth of different levels, of different opinions, and of different backgrounds as well. Today we have an opportunity to sit with one of our own, one of South Sudanese youth that resides here in Nairobi, and he would like to have a message to His Excellency the President. And we are privileged today to host him in our program, and we would like to welcome him. Our brother Mengistu, thank you so much and welcome to the Nation Post program.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, you are welcome. To begin with, South Sudan is a country that has gone through a lot, right from the independence. Even when we achieved our independence, it was not on a silver platter. It was fought for, it was worked for, and right after the independence, a lot of things happened. From 2013, from 2016, even currently a lot of things are still happening. Given a chance to talk to the President, His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit, in regards to the situation happening back home, what would you like to tell him?
Well, first of all, thanks so much, Adam. Firstly, for having me on your show, and secondly, for coming up with the Nation Post with your comrades. I think the Nation Post, in my opinion, can be engineered to become a powerful tool for shaping public discourse in our society. To answer your question, which I think, by the way, is a very wonderful question, which I'm beginning to feel that you're beginning to feel like I'm dodging. If I could speak with the President, His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit, a thing which I'm sure every South Sudanese would want to do, but it's almost impossible to achieve, I would say one thing to him, actually two. The first thing that I would say to him would go like this. Your Excellency, you and your comrades picked up arms about half a century ago, fought against various racist, powerful and brutal cartoon regimes, lost hundreds of thousands of souls, if not millions, in those civil wars, souls of people who were tired of being treated like second-class citizens in their own country, souls that were friends and family members to some of us. Odds were starkly against you, but in the end, you emerged victorious. And thanks to that, we now have a country. And I and all other South Sudanese are indebted and shall ever forever remain grateful for your sacrifices. But the country that you fought for, sir, is bleeding. The country that you lay down, that your comrades laid down their lives for, that you bled for, is bleeding. People are dying, some from treatable and preventable diseases, some from a lack of pure drinking water, some from lack of food, some from unnecessary and meaningless violence and civil wars. Some have been forced and now live in poor conditions in refugee camps in neighboring countries as a result of two unnecessary and two misunderstandings that arose between you and your vice president. And as a result, we are now in chaos. I'm here, sir, to ask you to please remember why you and your comrades picked up arms and went to the bush and fought for half a decade. Otherwise, all your comrades, all the people that laid down their lives for South Sudan, will have all died in vain. That's the first thing that I would say to him. The second thing that I would say to him would go like this. Your Excellency, you and I and all other South Sudanese know that South Sudan is endowed with resources enough for all South Sudanese to not know what poverty is. And yet, since the creation of this country, what the majority of South Sudanese have known and continue to know is poverty and misery. And the reason that is because the resources of our country are being plundered, being stolen every day by the people that you've tasked with serving us. I'm begging you, sir, to please look into that, to please come up with a zero tolerance on corruption policy. Those are the two things that I would hope to want to say to our president if I could speak with him.
And indeed, these are critical opinions, or I would say these are critical points. And given the situation of South Sudan of recent, or I can say since independence, with all these things that have taken place, as you've put it, do you really think, or do you really believe this country still has a future with His Excellency the President Salva Kiir Mayardit is still in power?
Given our current political climate, I think it would be normal for someone to think that we are doomed. That would not be an incorrect point of view. But if you are a historian or a student of history, or if you can pick up a history book, I think, and look at the history of some other African countries, post-colonial, for example, Ghana, Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, Congo, Niger, Central African Republic, and so forth and so on, I think it would be very easy to realize that the problems that we are facing as a country are not unique to us. We are going, in my opinion, through our own dark phases, our own turbulences, and I'm optimistic that we will emerge once again like phoenix from the ashes.
You said we will emerge. That's the hope of everyone. Do you really think we shall emerge with the current leadership, His Excellency the President, or do you suggest that moving forward there's need for change? Maybe somebody with different ideas, maybe someone with a different view of how things should be done, because it has been 15 years. It has been, close to 15. It has been so long.
Yeah, well, that's neither here nor there. Well, it depends what you mean by moving forward and how you can come about that. I think if you are referring to removing of the president.
Moving forward, I mean by through development, through provision of services, basic needs, through, let's say, provision of education services, clean water, everything, all those things that you've mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Do you really think that the current president still has the ability to provide all these things, or do you really think that there is need for change?
Well, I think that is for South Sudanese to decide. I think if given the opportunity to go into a general election, I think that is an outcome that will be determined by general election. South Sudanese, they themselves will have to decide whether they want the current president to stay in power or to remove him. And I think democratic processes of engagement are the only solution to our conflicts and to our problems and to any other African problems. I don't think coups and political instability and insurgencies are ever a solution to anything. If in particular all they do is lead to more chaos and more problems. I think if we want progress, we have to undergo through a democratic process of engagement and come together as a people to achieve what we want to achieve as a nation and follow other nations in terms of progress.
Definitely. If anything, coups and all these things have proven to be a problem to our country. So a democratic process, or let me put it right, an election would be the best way to go, just as you put it. Thank you so much, our brother Mengistu. You've really communicated some critical and important issues to His Excellency the President, and as a media group, it's our duty and it's our objective to make sure that your voice reaches His Excellency the President, because we are sure he can pick one or two things from all these things that you've mentioned. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate your time and for being here with us. And
Thank you so much.
Next time we shall host you once again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, you're welcome. And to our viewers, in case you have any opinion, in case you have any information you would like to communicate, don't hesitate to reach out to the Nation Post. You can follow us on YouTube, you can follow us on Facebook at Nation Post. You can as well follow us on Twitter at Nation Post 211. And let's share information and let's progress together. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you next time.